Hi and welcome. Thanks for joining us as we take this opportunity to take a look at everything Google Suite on your iPad. So let's get started with today's lesson. So let's take a look at how we might be able to utilize Google Meets in order to support our students through the creation of breakout rooms for them to use for small group discussion around topics that you might be doing in a class. First of all, let's go into our classroom. This is the training class I've been using so far. And you remember that we've created a meeting link that all students will have access to so that we can have whole class discussions or for the teacher to be able to share some input. Now, the problem comes here is if I want the students to have individual spaces, if they use that link, they're all going to end up in the same space. So how can we utilize Google Meets in order to create individual spaces that all students can use at the same time, but they can be in individual spaces, maybe 3, 4, 5 students at a time? Well, let's jump into Google Meet and have a look at how we set that up, and then we'll come back to Google Classroom to have a look at how we share that with our students. So I'm going to go to Google Meets, which is this app here. So in Google Meets, you'll notice that we have the option to add a new meeting. So if we go ahead and tap on that, we then get the option to be able to get a meeting link to share with our students. So by tapping on the Get a Meeting Link to Share, we then have the option to share the link to our students. So here we can see that link on the screen, and we just need to tap here to copy that link, and then we're just going to paste that back into Classroom for our students to be able to use. Now, we simply just repeat this process as many times as we need for the individual breakout rooms. So if you need 3 breakout rooms, you just repeat this process 3 times. So let's jump into Classroom and have a look at how we then share that with our students so they can access these easily. So as we have the link copied to our device, we simply just need to find a way to share it to the students. Now, using the stream is a great way to do this, and we're going to take a look at a couple of ways that you can share this, depending maybe on the age of the students and how you might want to set this up. If I tap on the Share Something with Class, I have the option straight away to choose which class I'm going to share it to. Obviously, it's going to be this class, but I also have the option to choose who I send it to. Now, by default, it's set to all students, but because actually within this breakout room, I only want 3, 4, maybe 5 students to have access to this breakout room to avoid confusion of which room they need to go into, I can actually just choose which students go into it. Now, as this is a demo class, there's only me in the class at the moment, but in your classes, you would have a full list of the students listed that you might want, and you just need to select which students you want to have in each breakout room, and then go ahead and share that link that we copied from before, simplifying the process for the students. Only those that you want in that breakout room will be notified that that breakout room is there for them. When you're done, we just simply need to tap Post, and that will appear on their stream. Now, I will have access to that group, so I can jump in at any point and pose ideas, questions, thoughts, or just check in with the students to bring them back to the main space. But all I need to do is just repeat this process as many times as I need, like we said, selecting different students to go into each group. So there we go, pretty simple way to utilize the power of Google Meets and how to utilize your system of Google Classroom to create breakout rooms for your students.